You need to figure out which colleges you're applying to. It's a big job with a lot of research, so here are 3 questions to get you started. Get yourself a beverage, and let's start with the most obvious question. Where are you applying? Does geographic location matter to you? Do you want to be within a 1-hour drive of your hometown, or do you want to put as much distance between your college and your high school as possible? Do you love the sea? Hate snow? Are you looking for a cozy, close-knit campus community where the professors know all their students by name? A mid-sized college town with lots of student-friendly hangout spots? Or a booming metropolis where the campus is almost indistinguishable from the busy urban landscape? Once you've figured out which of those categories you're leaning toward, you'll want to start thinking about which schools can provide you the best professional development opportunities through internships, research, and career opportunities that align with your interests. Check out colleges' Career Center web pages for a sneak peek into what kind of career support they offer to their students. College isn't all about professional development, though. The colleges you apply to should also provide a comfortable atmosphere and sense of community that will help you thrive during your time there. Remember, this place will be home for at least 4 years. Do you like the food served in the dining hall, or will you be eating vending machine dinners 4 nights a week? Are the dorms cozy and community-oriented, or crowded and crumbling? Will you have a safe and convenient way to travel around on and off campus? Are there student organizations on campus that share interests and hobbies with you? Often the best way to answer these questions is by registering for in-person campus visits or virtual info sessions. Once you've compiled some detailed notes on the schools you're interested in, you'll want to divide them into safety, match, and reach categories. There's no clear-cut criteria for which schools fit into which category, but it typically corresponds with the school's acceptance rate. Acceptance rates can vary within a school depending on whether or not you're applying to a competitive major, and schools with stronger profiles, such as higher test scores, more robust resumes, better essays, more rigorous transcripts, will have more wiggle room to work with. Here's a very general breakdown of how most students should organize their college lists. A safety school is a 75 to 100% acceptance rate. A match school is a 40 to 75% acceptance rate. A reach school is a 20 to 40% acceptance rate. And a super reach is a 1 to 20% acceptance rate. The main takeaway here? Don't make too many gambles. If you plan to apply to 9 schools, don't apply to 7 reaches, 1 match, and 1 safety. Keep your list well balanced so you have lots of options when the decision letters start rolling in. It is important to note here that a school's acceptance rate is often equated with its quality or value. The lower the percentage, the higher the school is ranked. But this leaves one very important factor out of the equation: you. Just because a school has a 10% acceptance rate, and just because they sent you an acceptance letter, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the school where you'll be happiest or most successful. When building your college list, be careful not to let college ranking lists weigh too heavily on your future planning. Second question: which majors are you applying to study? There's no simple formula for determining this either, I'm afraid. When one of my students is on the fence about a major choice, I typically advise them to start by taking a nice long look at their resume. What are the recurring themes or common threads that run through all 4 years of their high school experience? Which majors best align with their professional skills and personal interests? Once you've narrowed it down to a few choices, dig a little deeper. Curriculum requirements and concentrations for the exact same major can vary widely from one college to the next. The computer science major at one school may place a heavy emphasis on machine learning and AI, while at another school it may be more game development focused. Take a good look at the required courses for the majors you're considering at the schools where you plan to apply to the major program. If you really want to be in the know, read the course descriptions in the course catalog and check out what kind of research is being done by professors and students in the department. Once you've done your homework, you'll need to pick a first choice major and a second choice major for most college applications. The first choice major should be, well, your first choice. This should be the major you would most like to study at that particular college. The second choice major, not to be confused with a double major or a minor, which can be added onto your degree plan after starting classes, should be your backup plan. If a college doesn't grant you a spot within your first choice major program, what's your plan B? Now, if you're applying for a competitive major, meaning it's extremely popular and in high demand at the college you're applying to, or has a very high academic standard, be sure your second choice major is less risky. At most colleges and in most majors, although there are a few exceptions, you can switch your major after the first semester or 2, so don't sweat it too much if you're not immediately admitted into your first choice. Which deadline are you applying by? Most schools have deadlines that fall somewhere between November 1st and January 1st, but there are plenty of exceptions. Watch out for scholarship deadlines, which some schools implement as a cutoff date for institutional scholarship eligibility. And if you're thinking of applying early decision somewhere, make sure you know what you're signing up for. I know this is a lot to navigate. Starting on your college list as soon as possible will set you up for a productive and meaningful summer as you draw nearer and nearer to the main event, college application season. Follow along here on social media and on our blog to learn more tips and insights to the college application process.